Opening. What if your calm starts on your plate? You've been there. One small thing goes wrong and suddenly your whole day feels off. You snap at a loved one, you can't concentrate. You crave something sweet, even though you're not hungry. And by evening, you wonder, why did I feel so out of balance today? We often think emotional strength is about willpower, about pushing through, about staying strong. But what if resilience isn't something you force? What if it's something you feed? In the last episode, we explored how the food you eat and the order in which you eat it can slow down the aging process. But here's something even more immediate. The rhythm of your meals directly influences your emotions, energy, and inner stability every single day. Food is chemistry, and chemistry drives emotion. When you eat, you're not just feeding your body, you're sending messages to your brain. Your safe gives when meals are steady and nourishing. Your under threat gives when sugar spikes and crash disrupt your system. Your mood, your patience, your calm, all of it is built on biochemical foundations. From serotonin, the feel-good hormone, to cortisol, the stress alarm, to blood sugar, the emotional roller coaster. Gives everything is influenced by how you eat. From serotonin, the feel-good hormone, to cortisol, the stress alarm, to blood sugar, the emotional roller coaster. Gives everything is influenced by how you eat. Let's meet Sophie, a 42-year-old teacher and mom of two. She eats healthily, or so she thinks. But her mornings are rushed. She skips breakfast, snacks on crackers, and by 3 p.m., she's jittery, irritable, and craving sweets. At night, she collapses on the couch with a bowl of cereal, not because she's hungry, but because her nervous system is screaming for calm. It's not about willpower, it's about rhythm. And Sophie's is out of sync when she started eating in the right order: fiber first, protein next, carbs last. Her mood stabilized. Her cravings eased. She felt grounded again. And that's what this episode is all about. In today's journey, we'll explore why the way you eat affects your stress, anxiety, and emotional stability, which foods help build calm and balance from the inside out, how the order and timing of meals influence your hormones and mood, and sample meals to help you feel more peaceful, steady, and emotionally strong. Because emotional resilience isn't something you hustle for. It's something you nourish bite by bite, breath by breath. Part 1: Why your emotions are tied to how you eat. We often separate food from feelings. We say things like, "I'm just moody today," or "I feel off, but I don't know why." But what if your sadness, irritability, or even emotional numbness isn't random? What if it's deeply connected to the rhythm of your meals? Because the truth is, your emotions are biochemical, and food is one of the most powerful tools to influence that chemistry. The blood sugar roller coaster. Let's start with something simple but powerful: blood sugar. When you eat carbs, especially without fiber or protein, your blood sugar rises quickly. Then, just as quickly, it crashes, and during that crash, your body releases stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline to bring your sugar back up. Sounds simple, right? But here's what that crash feels like: anxiety, irritability, shakiness, brain fog. A sudden craving for something sweet or salty. It's not a character flaw. It's not a lack of willpower. It's a chemical response to an unstable eating pattern. And many of us ride this roller coaster every single day. Serotonin, cortisol, and the brain-gut adrenal connection. Now, let's go deeper. Your emotions are regulated by a symphony of chemicals, especially serotonin for calm and happiness, and cortisol for alertness and stress. Where are these chemicals produced? Over 90% of serotonin is made in your gut. Cortisol is regulated by your adrenal glands. Both are heavily influenced by your nervous system and what you eat. Here's the flow. Eat erratically gives gut dysbiosis, gives inflammation, gives hormonal disruption. Gives cortisol spikes plus serotonin drops, gives mood swings, anxiety, low resilience. But eat in a nourishing rhythm, something beautiful happens. Your gut flora improves, your blood sugar stabilizes, your nervous system calms. Your body says, "I'm safe," and your emotions follow. The calm of order. Your nervous system loves rhythm. The human body loves predictability. When meals are regular, balanced, and follow a gentle order, fiber first, protein, fats second, carbs last, your body doesn't just digest better. Your nervous system also feels safer. Here's why that matters. Safety equals rest and digest mode, parasympathetic state. This is where emotional healing, hormone balancing, and mental clarity happen. It's also where you're less reactive, more patient, and more emotionally available. Imagine eating a plate of sautéed greens with olive oil, then a piece of salmon, then a small portion of roasted sweet potato. Now imagine scarfing down a donut with coffee on an empty stomach. Same calories, maybe, same emotional outcome, never. The first meal says you're supported, the second says brace yourself. Case study, how food transformed Lisa's moods. Lisa is 38, runs a small business, and describes herself as an emotional sponge. She feels everything, gets overwhelmed easily, snaps at her partner for small things, then feels guilty for hours. Sometimes, she eats cookies just to shut her brain up. She believed her emotions were just part of her personality until she tried one small experiment, eating in the right order 3 meals a day, veggies first, no random snacking. Within 2 weeks, she stopped snapping mid-afternoon. Her anxiety eased after meals, her emotional waves became gentler. She didn't go to therapy. She didn't take supplements, she just fed her chemistry calmly. The biochemistry of feeling grounded. Want to feel more steady emotionally? Here's what's happening inside you when you eat well in rhythm. If you want to feel emotionally grounded and calm, here's what's really happening inside your body when you eat the right foods in the right rhythm. Fiber from grains and vegetables helps slow down glucose absorption, preventing sugar crash and reducing anxiety. Protein like eggs, fish, or tofu supports dopamine production and improves focus. Healthy fats such as avocado and olive oil nourish hormone balance and calm inflammation, which supports emotional stability. Fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, or yogurt enhance gut health, which boosts serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter. Herbal teas like peppermint or chamomile reduce cortisol levels and calm the nervous system. Meal timing, eating consistently and not too late, helps regulate your natural cortisol rhythm throughout the day. Eating this way doesn't make life stress-free, but it makes you more resilient, so life's bumps don't knock you over as easily. Final thought, we often say, you are what you eat. But the deeper truth might be, you feel how you eat. When you eat in chaos, your emotions echo that chaos. When you eat in rhythm, your emotions begin to mirror that rhythm, so next time you feel off, ask, did I skip a meal? Did I start my day with sugar and no fiber? Did I eat too late or too randomly? Did I give my body the signals of safety or stress? Because food isn't just fuel. It's communication, it's chemistry, it's emotional architecture, and when you eat with care, you build the kind of calm that doesn't break at the first sign of stress. Part 2. Foods that support mood and stress regulation. Food isn't just nourishment, it's information. It tells your brain how to feel, your gut how to process, and your hormones how to respond. And when life feels overwhelming, when stress builds up and your emotions run thin, the first place to look isn't always your calendar or your to-do list. It might just be your plate, because the most powerful mood regulators aren't found in a pill, they're found in your kitchen. Let's explore the foods that truly support emotional resilience gently, deeply, and naturally. 1. Protein, the foundation of brain chemistry. Your brain relies on neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA to regulate mood, focus, and stress. But here's something many people don't realize. Neurotransmitters are made from amino acids, and amino acids come from protein. When you don't eat enough protein or you eat it in the wrong order, your body doesn't have the raw materials it needs to stabilize your mind. Best protein sources for mood: pasture-raised eggs, wild-caught salmon or sardines rich in omega-3 south, organic tofu and tempeh, lentils, chickpeas, and black beans. Pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, and chia seeds. Mood tip: start your meals with veggies, but follow closely with a clean protein source. This prevents crash and provides steady energy to your nervous system. 2. Healthy fats, hormone helpers plus brain fuel. Your brain is nearly 60% fat by dry weight. Every nerve cell, every signal, every feeling relies on fats to function. But not all fats are created equal. The ones that help you feel calm, focused, and balanced? Omega-3 fatty acids fight inflammation and support serotonin receptors. Monounsaturated fats stabilize blood sugar and nourish the brain. Cholesterol in moderation, essential for hormone production. Best healthy fats for emotional resilience: avocados, extra virgin olive oil. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. Walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, coconut, all in moderation. A study published in Biological Psychiatry linked low omega-3 intake with increased risk of mood disorders. Mood tip: don't fear fats, embrace the right ones. A drizzle of olive oil or a spoonful of tahini can change the way your brain feels supported. 3. Fiber and fermented foods, the gut-mood connection. Did you know your gut and brain are in constant conversation? That's right, through the gut-brain axis. Your digestive system sends emotional signals upward every single day. And the quality of this communication depends on your gut microbiome. When your gut is inflamed or unbalanced, it affects your mood, clarity, and stress tolerance. But when it's supported, serotonin flourishes, and so do you. Best foods for gut-based mood support: prebiotic fibers, asparagus, garlic, leeks, onions, oats. Fermented foods: kimchi, sauerkraut, plain yogurt, miso, kefir. Cooked greens: spinach, kale, bok choy. Mood tip: start your meals with a small bowl of cooked greens or a few forkfuls of fermented veggies. They don't just help digestion, they build your emotional foundation. 4. Magnesium-rich foods, the calm mineral. Magnesium is like a gentle hand on your shoulder. It helps relax muscles, soothe nerves, and reduce stress responses in the body. Yet many people are deficient, especially when under chronic stress. Foods rich in magnesium: dark leafy greens, spinach, Swiss chard, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, almonds, and cashews. Dark chocolate, 70% plus cacao, black beans, and edamame. Studies show that magnesium can reduce anxiety symptoms, especially when paired with a stable meal rhythm. Mood tip: try a magnesium-rich bedtime snack like almond butter on cucumber slices or warm chamomile tea with a square of dark chocolate. 5. Antioxidant-rich foods, calming cellular stress. Stress isn't just emotional, it's cellular. When your body is under oxidative stress, your nervous system becomes more sensitive, your mood dips, and your patience fades. But antioxidants protect your brain cells, reduce inflammation, and keep stress hormones in check. Best antioxidant-rich foods: berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. Colorful veggies: red cabbage, beets, carrots. Green tea and matcha, herbs and spices, turmeric, cinnamon, ginger. Dark chocolate, yes, again. Mood tip: pair berries with protein or healthy fat for a balanced snack that lifts mood without spiking sugar. A gentle note about caffeine: while not a food per se, caffeine can significantly affect your mood and stress. A cup of coffee on an empty stomach may feel energizing, but it spikes cortisol and can lead to anxiety, irritability, and crashes. Mood tip: if you enjoy caffeine, pair it with food, especially protein or fat, and avoid it after 2 p.m. Or consider switching to green tea, which contains calming L-theanine to smooth the caffeine experience. Final thought: your emotions are not just reactions. They're responses to the environment you create inside your body. And that environment, it's shaped by every bite. Calm is built with chia seeds and lentils. Joy is nourished with greens and healthy fats. Emotional steadiness begins with breakfast, not just breathing. So the next time you feel like you're about to spiral, ask yourself, what did I eat today, and what can I eat now that would support me? Because resilience isn't about resisting emotion. It's about feeding the calm that can hold it all. Part 3. The right order and timing to build emotional stability. You meditate, you journal, you try to breathe through the overwhelm. But if your meals are rushed, random, or reactive, you may be trying to calm your mind while your body is still in chaos. Emotional stability doesn't start with mindset alone. It starts with rhythm, with how and when you eat. Because every meal tells your nervous system something. It either says you're safe or brace for impact. Let's explore how the order and timing of your meals can become your greatest emotional allies. Why order matters. The calm begins with greens. Imagine your digestion and nervous system like an orchestra. Fiber-rich vegetables are the tuning fork. They slow down glucose absorption, reduce post-meal inflammation, feed beneficial gut bacteria, which produce serotonin. Prepare your system for what comes next by starting your meal with a handful of sautéed greens, a small salad, or even a few pickled veggies. You activate. Gives digestive enzymes, gives blood sugar stability, gives gut-brain signaling. This is why the first bite matters. Fiber before carbs equals calm before chaos. Next comes protein plus fats, emotional anchors. Once your gut is prepped with fiber, it's time to deliver the stabilizers. Protein and healthy fats provide. Amino acids gives to build neurotransmitters. Fatty acids gives to nourish hormones and reduce inflammation. Satiety gives to prevent emotional crash and cravings. Eating them second ensures they enter the bloodstream in sync with digestive enzymes, not in competition with sugar spikes. A 2019 study in nutritional neuroscience found that diets higher in protein and unsaturated fats were associated with lower levels of anxiety and better emotional regulation. Eating this way signals you are supported, you are grounded. Carbs come last, timing the emotion-friendly glucose hit. Carbohydrates aren't the enemy. They're your brain's preferred source of fuel, especially for serotonin production. But when eaten first, they spike blood sugar, causing mood swings and stress hormone activation. When eaten last, after fiber, protein, and fat, they raise blood sugar gently, avoid crashes. Support serotonin without triggering cortisol. That's why in this series, we always say, veggies gives protein, fat gives carbs. Emotionally, this feels like steady, soft, satisfied, not high, jittery, crash. Timing matters. Eat with the sun, not against it. Your emotional rhythm isn't just affected by how you eat, but also when. The human body follows a circadian rhythm, which influences hormone production, digestion, and mood regulation. Your body responds differently to food depending on the time of day. To support emotional stability, here's how you can align your meals with your natural rhythms. Morning. This is when cortisol, your alertness, and stress hormone is naturally high. Focus on a gentle, grounding meal such as greens, healthy fats, and protein. Keep carbs minimal to avoid spiking blood sugar on an already stimulated system. Midday. Your digestion and insulin sensitivity are at their peak. This is the best time for a full, balanced meal. Start with vegetables, then include a clean protein, healthy fat, and slow-digesting carbohydrates like sweet potato or lentils. Evening, as melatonin begins to rise and your metabolism slows down, your focus should shift to a lighter meal. Include calming foods like steamed greens, a piece of white fish or tofu, and skip carbs or keep them minimal. This helps support deep sleep and emotional regulation. Eating in rhythm with your body's clock reduces emotional reactivity, improves sleep quality, which boosts emotional regulation, lowers cortisol levels at night, keeps serotonin and melatonin in balance. Eating late, snacking constantly, or skipping meals? That's like playing a drumbeat against your own heart rhythm. Real-life example, morning chaos versus morning calm. Let's say you wake up late and grab a banana plus coffee on the go. Your blood sugar spikes gives then crashes, your cortisol rises. You're jittery, edgy, emotionally thin by 10 a.m. Now compare that to warm lemon water, sautéed greens with olive oil, 2 boiled eggs, a small scoop of quinoa, a cup of green tea same morning. Different message, your nervous system hears. You're held, no need to fight, and that inner peace? It echoes into every conversation, decision, and emotion throughout your day. Meal gaps, give your body space to reset. Emotional clarity often comes not just from what you eat, but from when you pause. Allowing time between meals at least 4 to 5 hours helps. Stabilize blood sugar, reset hunger signals. Calm the nervous system, prevent emotional grazing. Snacking frequently even on healthy foods keeps insulin high and can blur the lines between physical and emotional hunger. So take breaks, breathe. Let your body feel the difference between nourishment and distraction. Final thought, when we think of emotional resilience, we imagine mental strength, therapy, breath work. And those are beautiful tools, but sometimes resilience starts with the most ordinary act. Eating a plate of food in the right order at the right time. Because your emotions are not separate from your biology, they're reflections of it. So next time your mind feels cloudy or your heart feels heavy, don't just ask, "What am I feeling?" Ask too, "When did I last eat? How did I start that meal? Did I nourish calm or chaos?" You may find your answer on your plate. Part 4. Sample meals to stay calm and balanced. When life gets noisy, your nervous system longs for something steady. And sometimes that steadiness doesn't come from words or advice. It comes from a warm bowl of soup. A plate of food served in rhythm. A quiet moment when you nourish yourself intentionally. This part of our journey is about turning theory into daily care. Here are calming, hormone-friendly meals that follow the rhythm. Vegetables first gives protein and fats gives carbs last if needed. Each meal below is crafted to support emotional balance, mental clarity, and stress regulation. Breakfast, begin with balance, not buzz. Mornings are delicate. Your cortisol is already elevated to help you wake up. The goal, stabilize, not stimulate. Calm and grounding morning bowl. 1. Start with lightly sautéed spinach with olive oil plus a sprinkle of sea salt. Prepares digestion, high in magnesium and calming folate. 2. Follow with 2 soft-boiled eggs plus 1/2 avocado plus chia seeds. Gives amino acids plus healthy fats, support serotonin plus dopamine. 3. Add optional 1/4 cup cooked steel-cut oats topped with cinnamon. Gives slow carb support for mood without sugar crash. 4. Finish with warm lemon water or green tea. Gives gentle detox plus L-theanine equals calm alertness. Why it works. This breakfast keeps blood sugar steady and supports emotional resilience for the entire morning. Lunch, nourish your nervous system. Midday is when your digestive fire is strongest. It's the ideal time to include a full, grounding meal. Midday meal for emotional strength. 1. Start with raw carrot and cabbage slaw with lemon tahini dressing. Gives fiber-rich plus supports estrogen balance plus gut bacteria. 2. Then eat grilled salmon or chickpea cakes plus roasted zucchini. Gives omega-3 south or plant protein to stabilize mood plus reduce inflammation. 3. Add optional 1/2 cup cooked quinoa or sweet potato cubes. Gives slow digesting carbs, support serotonin synthesis. 4. Finish with peppermint tea or warm ginger water. Calms the digestive tract plus eases mental fatigue. Why it works. This lunch feeds your mitochondria and mind without overwhelming your blood sugar or nervous system. Dinner, ease into stillness. Dinner is about letting go. You don't need to fuel the hustle, you need to wind down. Evening meal to soothe and support sleep. 1. Start with miso broth with tofu cubes, mushrooms, and bok choy. Gives minerals plus fermented elements equals calm gut plus calm brain. 2. Then have steamed white fish or scrambled tempeh with steamed broccoli. Gives easily digested protein for cell repair overnight. 3. Add, if needed, small scoop of mashed pumpkin with cinnamon. Gives low glycemic, supports melatonin production. 4. Finish with chamomile tea or warm almond milk with nutmeg. Gives natural sleep aid plus magnesium for deep rest. Why it works? This dinner avoids evening glucose spikes, supports deep sleep, and primes the body for overnight hormone reset. Snack ideas for emotional regulation only if needed. While structured meals are best for balance, some days call for extra care. These gentle, balanced snacks prevent stress crashes and emotional overeating. Cucumber slices with hummus, boiled egg plus small handful of walnuts. Celery with almond butter, Greek yogurt with a few blueberries. Herbal tea plus a square of 85% dark chocolate. Tip: before snacking, pause and ask, is this hunger or is this emotion? Sometimes a 10-minute walk or deep breath is more nourishing than food. Daily meal rhythm example summary. Morning 8 a.m. Gives greens plus protein, fats plus optional complex carb plus tea. Midday 12:30 p.m. Gives raw or cooked veggies, gives protein. Fats gives optional carb, gives herbal tea. Evening 6 p.m. Gives warm veggies or broth, gives protein. Fats gives little to no carb, gives calming tea. Between meals if needed. Gives light, intentional snack that includes protein or fat, never just sugar. Final thought, these meals are more than recipes. They're reminders that you can choose calm even in chaos. That you can nourish your nervous system, not numb it. That you don't need to be perfect, just present. Every time you eat in rhythm, you build safety within. And that safety becomes the foundation for your most grounded, resilient self. In the next part, we'll wrap up our journey in this episode reflecting on what emotional nourishment really means and how food can continue to be your gentle companion through it all. Part 5, Summary and Gimu Episode 17, Eat to Support Hormonal Balance. When life feels heavy, we're often told to be stronger, to toughen up, to keep going. But emotional resilience doesn't come from hardening. It comes from nourishing, from slowing down long enough to ask, what does my body need in this moment? What does my nervous system crave when my heart feels tender? And so often, the answer is surprisingly simple. A warm, steady meal, a plate built in rhythm. A way of eating that whispers, you're safe now. In this episode, we've seen how your emotional health is directly shaped by your plate. Eating in the right order helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce emotional highs and lows. Protein and healthy fats support the production of key mood-regulating neurotransmitters. Fermented and fiber-rich foods nurture your gut and your serotonin. Meal timing and consistency soothe your nervous system and restore inner calm. Food rhythm teaches your body to feel safe, and safety is the soil where resilience grows. Because every time you eat in alignment with your body's needs, you're not just avoiding stress, you're building strength from within. And now, we look ahead. In the next episode, we'll explore a part of health that many struggle with silently: hormonal balance, fatigue, brain fog, bloating, mood swings, sleep issues. Weight gain despite eating healthy. You may think it's just age, just stress. But often, it's your hormones calling out for help. And guess what? You can begin to rebalance them without pills, without extreme diets. Just by changing the order, timing, and type of food you give your body.